Hello friends, I am Ranjan Shekhawat. A warm welcome to this channel. Today in this video, we are going to learn English related to a party, or I would say dining out in a restaurant. Let's get started without much ado. The meal has three parts. But before going into the details of the parts of a meal, let's understand the meaning of the different positions of cutlery we keep while we are having our meal.
The knives, forks, and spoons that we use for eating food are called cutlery. If you keep the cutlery this way, if you keep the fork and this knife this way, it means that you're ready to start your meal. You're ready to start your meal. If you keep the cutlery this way, then it means that you haven't finished your meal, but you've paused and you're talking to someone or doing something and you've paused eating for some time. If you keep your cutlery in this way, it means that you're ready for your next meal, or I would say you're ready for your next dish. When you do not like the taste of the food, you place the cutlery in this way. You place the cutlery crossed in this way. When you do not like the taste of the food, when you place your cutlery in this way, it means that your meal was excellent. You loved the meal and it was excellent. In that case, you place the cutlery in this way. Now, if you place your fork in this way, it means that you will be a regular customer, or I would say you will visit again. If you insert your knife into the fork tines in this way, it means that you did not enjoy the service. Keeping the cutlery parallel to each other indicates that you're finished. Your meal is over and you're satisfied. This is a knife, fork, spoon.
We have understood the meaning of the different positions of cutlery. Now let's understand the parts of a meal.
A meal has three parts: the starter, the main course, and the dessert. Starter. I'm having a soup as a starter. But what do you mean by starter? Starter is a small dish you have before having the main course or the main meal. So I'm having a soup as a starter. It's too hot. My God, I need to wait until it turns cold, or I would say until it turns normal. But then the question arises, why do we have a starter? Because a starter increases our appetite. So I'm having this soup so that this soup can increase my appetite and I can have all the dishes which I want to have. Right now I'm gonna have the main course. But what do you mean by a main course? If I say a main course, it means it is the main part of the meal. Such as now I'm gonna have the main part of the meal. So I'm gonna have the main course. You know, sometimes when I'm very, very hungry, I skip the starter and have the main course directly. Because I don't want something which will, I can say which will stop my hunger for some time. Instead, I want something which will quench my hunger immediately. So that's why I skip the starter and have the main course. So the main part of the meal is called the main course. Right now, I'm gonna have my dessert. Just pay attention here. Dessert, not dessert. Dessert is something else and dessert is something else. Dessert is, I can say dessert is the food, or I would say is the sweet food taken after the main course or after the main meal. So this is a sweet food, or I would say this is a sweet food which I am gonna take after the meal. And I have finished my meals. I'm gonna take the dessert. Dessert? No, dessert. I'm gonna take the dessert. डेजर्ट का मतलब होता है रेगिस्तान और डिजर्ट का मतलब होता है वो मीठा जो कि आप अपना खाना खाने के बाद लेते हो उसे कहते हैं डिजर्ट. So I'm gonna have a dessert. I love to have a dessert. It's yummy. Oh, there's another dessert. Let me go and have it.
You go to a restaurant and order food, but you don't finish the whole meal. Some food is left. What do? You left the food as it is? I think you do that. But Some people request the waiter to pack the leftover food. The waiter uses a bag or container to pack the leftover food. What do you call that bag or that container in English?
This is a doggy bag. But what is a doggy bag? A doggy bag is a bag provided by the restaurant so that you can take home the leftover food.
Now let's understand the meaning of a square meal.
When people talk about a square meal, it means they talk about a substantial and satisfying meal. For example, I don't need a fancy restaurant, I just need a square meal. Means I just need a substantial and satisfying meal.
Another very common question is that when the napkin should be used, and the answer is very simple. You should use napkin only for wiping your hands and dabbing your mouth. Only for wiping your hands and dabbing your mouth. Step out in style. Havisha stepped out in style. It means that Havisha went out wearing fashionable dress or stylish dress.
Are stepping out in style, isn't it? My mother is hanging out with her friends. But what is this hangout? Hangout means to spend a lot of time in a place or with someone. Today is my brother's birthday, so I planned to eat out. Eat out? What is this eat out? Eat out means to eat in a restaurant. So I've decided to eat in a restaurant as today is my brother's birthday. Throw a party. I've decided to throw a party to celebrate my brother's birthday. Throw a party? What do you mean by throw a party? Throw a party means to have a party. I didn't expect that this birthday of the birthday boy would be celebrated so grandly. I have to agree. This time, the birthday boy just pulled off. And now, here we are to celebrate his birthday. But what do you mean by pull off? Or I would say, what do you mean by pull something off? It means you succeed in doing something impossible, or I would say you succeed in doing something really difficult or unexpected. So that is called pull off. I repeat, pull off. But if I use this word, or I would say if I use this phrase, pull off, like for a car or bike, or I would say if a car or a bike pulls off, it means it has started to move. It has started to move. For example, the moment we got into the car pulled off. Means it started to move and sped the road. As you can see, the preparation for the birthday bash is on. But what is this bash? Bash means a party, or I would say it is another way of saying a party. Like I could say, an anniversary bash means an anniversary party. Bash is another way of saying party. If you're invited to a party, but unfortunately, because of some reason, you can't attend the party, though you want to attend the party. So, how will you convey this message? You can convey this message by saying, I'm sorry, I can't make it to the party. मैं माफ़ी चाहता हूँ या फिर चाहती हूँ कि मैं पार्टी में नहीं आ सकता या सकती.
The decor at the party is funky. Funky means interesting and fashionable in a noticeable way. This means the decoration of the party is interesting and fashionable. For the music also you could say the music is funky. It means the music is really interesting. If the decor is not so great or it is pretty cheap, you could say the decor is a bit tacky. Tacky means bad quality or cheap quality or not so good, or you could say lousy.
When you come to the party a little late and people are busy enjoying themselves, you could say the party is in full swing. You know, when I came here, the party was in full swing.
When you go to a party or any other restaurant, the meal may be served in two ways, a buffet meal or a sit down meal. But what is a buffet or sit down meal? A buffet means a meal where people serve themselves food that is arranged on a table like this. Now let's understand the meaning of a sit down meal. I hope you have guessed the meaning of a sit down meal. But let's understand it. A sit down meal is served to people sitting at a table. For example, if you sit here and are served here by a waiter or someone else and you don't have to get up for the food, then it will be called a sit down meal. I always prefer a buffet meal because I can serve myself according to my choice. I can look at the food and serve myself in the right quantity according to my appetite. There won't be any wastage of food. Isn't it nice? Yes, it is. But what is the meaning of appetite? Appetite means the desire for food. The sight of various varieties of food always increases my appetite. Let me give you one more piece of information. The spelling of buffet is Buffet, but it is not pronounced as buffet or buffet. Here the letter T is silent. This T probably busy having food somewhere hiding in the corner of the hall. That's why we don't call it. We let it have its food. We are not a bunch of troublemongers. We are peace loving people, right? But let me tell you, Americans and Britishers pronounce this word differently. In American English, it is pronounced as a buffet, but in British English, it is pronounced as a buffet. Do you know the word buffet or buffet can also be used as a verb? But if it is used as a verb, this naughty letter T doesn't remain silent. We have to pronounce it. We have to say buffet, not buffet or buffet. I hope you got it. The meaning entirely changes if the word buffet or buffet is used as a verb. If it is used as a verb, it doesn't have any relation to the party or the food. When it is used as a verb, it means hitting something repeatedly. I repeat, hitting something repeatedly.
The birthday boy blew out the candles and cut the cake.
Let me give you one more piece of information. You get more choices if you order a la carte. Now, what is this a la carte? A la carte is used for a meal in a restaurant where each dish on the menu has a separate price and there is no fixed price for a complete meal. Or I would say you choose each from the menu instead of eating a fixed combination of dishes at a specified price.
If you like this information, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Bye bye. See you in the next video. And let me ride this cycle.
They're not bringing the car. We stuck here for 5 days. This is so embarrassing.